After more than a decade searching for the truth, some people may now have a sense of closure. NTD's Jane Worrell in London reports on the latest findings in one of the biggest cover-ups in history.
Concluding that organs are forcibly removed from prisoners of conscience in China, an international tribunal delivers its final judgment.
Doctors killed those innocent people simply because they pursued truthfulness, compassion and forbearance in the case of Falun Gong practitioners.
Representatives for China, he said, were invited but did not respond. The judgment follows hearings in December and April in which over 50 witnesses testified, among them a former surgeon in China who said he was forced to extract 2 kidneys and a liver from a man who was still alive.
And even now, I go to mosque or go to church or go to temples to pray for him in case he was Muslim or he was Christian or he was Buddhist.
The tribunal found that Falun Gong practitioners were the main source of supply, but more recently evidence shows mass medical testing of the Uyghur ethnic minority.
Does anyone think that there would be 1.5 million people detained in concentration camps in Xinjiang right now if the world had stood up and stopped what was happening to Falun Gong 10 years ago? Not a chance.
Annie Yang, a Falun Gong practitioner, was one of several practitioners who testified at the hearings about being tortured and medically tested while detained for her beliefs.
Because it's a really nightmare. Most of the time I really don't want to recall, People need courage to speak out, to talk about it and to let people know. Only this way you can stop this persecution, stop this organ harvesting, stop this crime.
The tribunal members unanimously concluded that forced organ harvesting has happened in China for decades. Sir Geoffrey Nice QC, who led the prosecution of Slobodan Milosevic, referred to China as a criminal state in the last sentence of his final judgment.
They kill people in a brutal way and then they sell their vital organs. The Nazis didn't do that, but of course they didn't have the technology to do that then.
Humanity is capable of depravity without end, that there's no limit to the evil which people are willing to inflict.
It's said that crimes against humanity, against Falun Gong practitioners and Uyghurs, were proved beyond reasonable doubt.
To stop this barbaric practice, and that is our priority.
Like Enver Tohti, many here hope that the findings of this tribunal could start to end the suffering and persecution that some people in China have endured for far too long. Jane Worrell, NTD.